Hello, hello! How are you, dear students? I'm really excited because I've been making a list with 20 series. The best series that I can recommend you if you want to improve your English. And the best thing is that most of the series I have watched myself. And I have learned with most of them and I have enjoyed them. Hello! Hi Islam, how are you? So what I'm doing here is to share my own experience with you guys. And thank you so much for the hearts. Today I'm really energetic, I'm really happy, and I am using... Hi! So today I'm finally using my iPad. As I was saying, I've been... willing to use this iPad. It's actually iPad Mini 2. Hello, how are you, Monique? So I'm really excited and I think we can get started. What I will do is recommend you some series. I'm really well, thank you. I'm really happy that you have joined and I'm really happy. What I want to say is that please don't worry about the spelling. I will make a list and I'm going to post it on my websites, profesoraingles.com for Spanish speakers and oneenglishteacher.com for people who speak other languages. So, and apart from that, tomorrow in the morning, you will be able to watch this video with subtitles. I'm going to add subtitles only when I mention the series because if the video is long, it takes a long time. Hello, Fernando from Malta. What? That's really nice. That's actually Fernando is a Spanish name. So hi, how are you? Hello, Arnold Smith. I see many people joining. I see a lot of joy here, hearts, and a happy teacher. I'm a really happy teacher. I'm really happy. This is my second week already with Periscope, and it's like talking to my friends. It's like having a conversation with friends. And I would like to mention that I really want this to be a great experience. I want positive comments. Hi, Arnold. And I want you to learn from everything I do. The most important thing is to have a good attitude, try to learn from me, and enjoy, of course. And as I was saying, I've mentioned this series a couple of times because I loved it and I've watched it many times. It's called Sex and the City. And I've watched the whole series, I think, twice. So I love it, especially for women. I recommend Sex and the City. There's a lot of conversation about relationships and about growing up as a person, and I totally love it. I think if I remember well, there are 6 let's say series, 6 chapters, let's say. Seasons. Yes, now I remember. There are 6 seasons and they are wonderful. So this is on the top of my list and you don't really need to understand everything. You remember that you don't have to... Oh, you're from Venezuela. Wonderful. Genial. I'm really happy that you enjoy. So one observation. You don't have to understand everything. Follow and focus on the context, okay? Oh, thank you for the heart. So, why is it great to learn with Sex and the City? You can enjoy the show and phrasal verbs. You can learn phrasal verbs with this series. That's really good to know because many of you want to learn phrasal verbs. Send me emails and ask me, how can I learn phrasal verbs? Can you tell me how I can learn? I have a course where I mentioned several phrasal verbs, but the best way to learn phrasal verbs is watching a series. Learn in context. Enjoy. That's why when you go to my website, you can see this phrase. I say, I will help you love English. And I think you're starting to love it, right? The Big Bang Theory. The Big Bang Theory is also really, really popular. I think everyone has heard talking at least about it. And it has everyday slang, which is really important because then you can communicate with native speakers. And if you're interested in science, it has a lot of vocabulary related to science. How I Met Your Mother. How I Met Your Mother. My brother loves this series. Hi, Nico Shor. Hi, Nico. Well, if I say Nico Shor, he doesn't like it because I used to call him when he was a child like that. So, sorry about that. So, my brother loves this series, and when I visit him, we watch this together. And what can I say? With this series, you can learn about the American culture, and there's a lot of conversation, and this topic is about, this series is about dating and romance, okay? And it's also, I wanted to mention, it's an American series, for those of you who don't know. If you like watching American content, this is an option. Another American series that I enjoyed so much, I watched this a couple of years ago. It's called That 70s Show. Again, don't worry about spelling. You will find this list on my website. And for now, just enjoy with me. And what I wanted to say about the 70s Show is that it's not difficult to understand. And it's so funny. So you will want to watch it. You will get hooked. You know what hook means? It means that you want to do something all the time because you need to do it. It means that you can't do without it. I think it's not the best explanation, but hooked is when you, for example, you are in love with someone. So then you are hooked. You want to see that person every day and you are thinking about that person or that series. So you can get hooked. Number 6. I know you like the series. It's called Grey's Anatomy. And it's, again, about relationships. And the great thing about Grey's Anatomy is that you can listen to one-on-one conversations. Because, when people speak in a group, that's more difficult to understand. So, here, yes. And you can also learn idioms and phrasal verbs. Okay, with this type of series, you get to listen to common conversation. And okay, now I'm going to continue with Friends. And who doesn't love Friends? The only problem is that they have many, many jokes, and sometimes it's difficult to understand. But remember, don't focus on the words, on the vocabulary you don't know. Focus on just observing what they say, and watch the series a couple of times if you wish. A repetition is always really, really important, right? And they have been filming Friends for 10 years. I'm sure you know that. So there are many, many seasons. And I think that the language, Breaking Bad, I'm going to mention Breaking Bad, just wait. I think that in Friends, they speak a bit slower than in another series. So it's easy to understand because of that as well, okay? So I recommend you Friends. Number 8. What I wanted to mention is that it doesn't really matter the order. Number 8 is as good as number 4 here. But I wanted to create a list, okay? Why is it Glee fantastic to learn languages? To learn English, I mean. It's because you can improve your pronunciation. You can improve your pronunciation because the characters, when they sing, when they prepare to sing a song, they receive an instruction to pronounce and to vocalize. So this will help you with your intonation, will help you have fun, because we all love songs. Hello, Sardavat. We all love songs when we learn English. I wanted to mention, because I already had 2 sessions, 2 periscopes about songs. You're obviously not going to learn only with songs, but I have recommended some songs that are easy to understand and that can make you feel good, because songs and series and this type of things just make you sometimes associate with good times, with the past. So maybe you watched, let's say, Glee or Friends in the past in your own language, and now you watch it again in English. So you might remember, well, good times, let's say. Thank you so much for the chocolate hearts and the orange hearts. Thank you so much. Okay then, so with Glee you can improve your pronunciation and your intonation. And I have never received so many hearts. Seriously, love it. Okay then. Game of Thrones. The only problem with Game of Thrones is that it's only for advanced. And, well, the language is British, and it's action, drama, intrigue. I know you love it, so then watch it if you want to. But take it into consideration that it's more for advanced users, okay? And let's continue with my favorite series. I mean, I watched Gossip Girl. I watched all the seasons in 1 month, okay? I personally enjoy series more than movies or films, because they're just more interesting, and there are many things that happen, and it's easier to follow them if it's a series. I personally love series more than movies, but what happens is that if I like a series, then I have to watch it. I have to watch 7-8 episodes in one day, so that's a bit dangerous. Then, remember, I would like to recommend you one of my favorite series. I recently watched it, although it's not new. It's Ally McBeal. Has anyone watched Ally McBeal? It's absolutely wonderful. I watched it recently. I have remembered great times. I was actually really young when I watched it for the first time. And I think Ally McBeal is also really easy to watch, and the language is not really difficult. And again, it's about romance. Hello, Arnold. It's again about romance. It's about life. And what is it about? Well, these are lawyers, and I think it's more focused. It's more focused on the main character, Ally McBeal, and she is also she's always growing. The characters usually grow a lot. She has many disappointments in love, but she always fights for love. She always fights, and she always tries to get things work when she's involved in a new relationship. And they are singing a lot as well. And I'm not sure if you've watched Ally McBeal, but the great thing is that you have beautiful people, awesome people, I would say, and great themes, great songs. So I think especially women will enjoy this series, Ally McBeal. I totally love it. Talking about women, I'm sure you might enjoy Desperate Housewives. This is also great if you want to improve your conversational English, because they switch a lot between formal and between informal. So you will find yourself listening to different type of people with sometimes it gets formal, sometimes it gets informal, so you can learn many expressions. And again, it's about women and our problems. I haven't watched too many episodes. I think it's wonderful, but as I said, I'm afraid of series. If I watch a series, I need to watch it in 1 or 2 months, and I really don't have time for that right now. Okay, this is a series that I'm following and that I love. It's called Downton Abbey. If anyone watches Downton Abbey, it's lovely, and you can understand it quite well. You need an intermediate level, more or less. And it's also interesting because you have formal, informal, upper class, and the servants. There's also a really proper English. You can hear this British, the typical pronunciation, let's say. When I say proper English, what I mean is the received pronunciation, you see. So it's absolutely wonderful. You will find all this information on my websites, profesoraingles.com or oneenglishteacher.com. And it's very simple. You go to news or you go to new content or novedades. Downton Abbey is about, well, you see, I'm watching it, but I would say that what happens here is the contrast between the servant's life and the upper class. It starts before the First War, and it continues. Now they are in the 20s, and I think it's a bit historical. And I think it's so amazing how I start watching an episode and I'm thinking, okay, it's not going to be that interesting, but they always find a way to get me hooked. Again, this word, yeah. So it keeps you interested. There are different type of topics, like real life topics, and the great thing, as I said, you can see the problems the upper class has and the servants. So every character is important in this series. So it's amazing. I recommend Downton Abbey. As I said, you need an intermediate. Oh, I'm really sorry too, Arnold. Sorry for that. I was actually watching a Periscope today and I experienced some internet connection problems too. And number 12, Breaking Bad. I personally never watched it, but I've been doing a research because I want to satisfy all of my students and all of my followers' preferences. So what I know about Breaking Bad is that everyone talks about this series and that it's about drugs and crime and that it's drama and what can I say? Not my style. I like hippie happy things. I need to watch funny things and when I watch something on TV, I prefer to watch something funny, fun, something nice. So this is not my type, but it can be really, really interesting because if everyone talks about it, it must be really, really good. You need an upper intermediate level, so I will try. The problem is I might like it too much, and then what? If I like the series too much, I won't do any more Periscope. That's the problem, you know? Hello, Martini. Nice, thank you for joining. Oh, another series I've been... What I'm trying to say about Dexter is that I haven't watched it, that I heard many people talking about it. That's about murder and crime. Thank you. Thank you for the chocolate hearts. It's about crime and it's you need about donuts, chocolate donuts. Wonderful. So what I was saying, you need about an intermediate level would be enough to understand, for you to understand this. But as I said, it's murder and crime. So if you're like me, that you want to avoid this type of series, well, I told you, it's about murder and crime. But it's probably really, really interesting. So today I've prepared a series for everyone. Modern Family. This is quite easy to understand. It's for lower intermediate and it's comedy. So take a look and check out Modern Family if you want to watch something that's not very easy, not very difficult to understand. I forgot to add on my list a series that I enjoyed really much, and it's called The Office. This is the series from the United States. I know there's another series from UK. I like the one from the United States. The only issue is I think it's not very easy to understand, but again, I'm going to write it down. I'm going to recommend you also The Office. Hello, Oscar. Thank you so much for joining. And thank you so much, everyone, for the hearts. Let me continue. I'm going to recommend you Suits. This is about law and business. So you have a lot of opportunities to listen to this type of specific vocabulary. And I'm sure it's also really interesting. Again, I haven't watched it, but it's one of the most popular series, and you don't need a really high level. You can have an upper intermediate level. Now, I'm talking a lot about upper intermediate, intermediate, advanced. This usually doesn't really mean anything to me, but I want you to understand more or less the level, okay? As I was saying, Game of Thrones, I find it a bit too difficult for you. I think the way to measure the level is how much you can understand and how fluently you can speak. But if I say upper intermediate, low intermediate, etc., it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really define you. You know, you are not an upper intermediate 100%. It's a combination between how much you understand and how much you can and how well you can speak. Okay. And if you like historical fiction, there are two series I want to recommend. There are more than two series, but these are the ones I'm recommending to you. I'm really sorry about the connection, Monique. I have had more problems with the connection when I was following someone on Periscope, so I'm really happy at least my connection is good. But let's continue with the Vikings. So the Vikings are, this is a historical fiction, and it's an action. It's about action, and you don't really need to understand. I mean, you need to understand well, of course. What I mean is that you can have an intermediate level, more or less. So it's not the language. Let's say it's not too difficult. But I would say that every time you watch something historical, it can be a bit difficult. So I'm not sure if you're going to understand it easily or not. I've done my research, and this is what they say, that you can have an intermediate level and you can understand it. I hope at least you find it interesting. I think the most important thing is when you watch something to feel identified sometimes, or hi, how are you, Oscar? It's important to feel identified or to just find the action interesting, because then you will want to watch it again. Hello, hi Lena, thanks for joining. And another historical fiction series that I have watched and that I like, it's The Tudors, and this is based on the Tudors, the dynasty, the Tudors dynasty, and again, this is filmed in the United Kingdom and Scandinavia. It's a beautiful series. I think. Hi Lena, how are you? I watched it, and of course, the king had many wives, and he was really controversial for the way he treated his, the mother of his daughter. Bloody Mary. So I think it's so interesting, and I'm not sure when they started filming this. It was quite recently, a couple of years ago. I think maybe at the beginning of 2000. And well, you need an intermediate level. I really don't like talking about levels, but I'm trying to help you understand more or less the difficulty, okay? But you will not usually hear me talk about levels. I don't really like when people ask me, well, and tell me my level. I can say, okay, let me hear you speak, and let's have a conversation, and then we can see. But I think that everything that has to do with school, with tests, with measuring knowledge, a language is not like mathematics, and I don't really agree with this type of teaching the traditional way. I never liked it, and I never followed it. I had to study English because I really wanted to become a teacher or to become a translator. This was my goal since I was 10. But I learned English watching real content, okay? And I was quite good at school because I was not studying. I was learning. I was learning the right way. So that's why I've been a successful student, a successful worker, and a successful teacher, apparently. Okay, I love you too. Let me tell you something. Yesterday I've been mentioning cartoons, but this is not a cartoon for children. As you already know, The Simpsons, this is a series as well. It's an animated series, but it's not for children. I recommend you The Simpsons. Everyone knows about The Simpsons. Everyone knows them, so they don't need any introduction. Watch The Simpsons. And also watch Family Guy. Family Guy is more violent, and sometimes you have to be careful because the language is quite, surprisingly violent, and also we have different accents because the characters are really complex and really different, and some of them speak with different accents. So watch Family Guy and The Simpsons if you want to have fun and to improve your English skills. And I have finished with my list. I'm really happy I could find variety, because I really wanted to recommend something interesting, something not too difficult and easy to watch for everyone. Listen, I'm really excited about this show. It's been a pleasure, but I'll get going. I'm going to leave now. I have to start editing the video. It takes about 3 hours to do this, and I really want to do it before I start Walking Dead. You see, I would not recommend this because I don't like this type of series, but I've heard someone today recommending Walking Dead. It's actually AJ Hogue. I was watching AJ Hogue's show, and he was saying that he likes this series. If you want to watch it, but it's not my type. And as I said, this is not a periscope about what I like. It's a periscope about what you like, and I'm just giving you my opinion because I like giving my opinion. So you can watch the video with some subtitles. I will add subtitles for the series. I will also make a list. 2.5 Men, yes, I forgot about it. I only wanted to add 20 on my list, 20 series on my list, but I will add 2.5 Men as well. And remember, every day I am going to connect on Periscope. Tomorrow I'm going to speak about movies, about films, so don't miss it. Not sure when I'll connect. I think tomorrow I'll connect 1 hour earlier than today. So I will let you know half an hour before. I will send a Twitter and a Facebook. I'll write a Facebook post. And don't forget to visit my websites, professoraingles.com and oneenglishteacher.com. Share this Periscope. If you like my posts on if you like my tweets on Twitter and if you like my posts on Facebook, remember to share. That's always useful. And you can help many other people who don't really like English, because let's face it, if you have a bad experience with English, you will not like it, so that will not be really positive. I'm going to take a look, and I think if it's useful, I will add it on my webpage so everyone can benefit from this link. Thank you so much for participating, and I will see you tomorrow. Take care, everyone. Bye bye. Thank you for the hearts.